Okay, good evening. April 7th council meeting, call to order. Councillor Slip, please.
In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge our meeting place, the City of Flin Flon Council Chambers, is situated on the ancestral lands of the Treaty 5 territory. We would like to acknowledge that we also work in partnership with First Nations in Treaty 6 and 10 territories and the Red River Métis Nation.
Councillor Slip.
Reading and confirming the meetings 15-01, be it resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of Council held March 17th, 2026 be adopted as received.
Thank you. On to resolutions.
We got a vote.
Oh, sorry.
That's why I was waiting for you to call me.
Oh, yeah.
All in favor?
Passed.
Everybody vote.
Thank you. Okay, resolutions. Councillor Eagle, you have quite a bit. You can start with 3.1.
I'll just start and keep
Yes.
on going. This is resolution 15-02. This is check schedule. Be it resolved that the accounts in the amount of $1,198,890.29 be approved for payment.
Can I get a second? Councillor Richardson, all in favor? Passed.
And before I move on, I'll just remind the public for whoever would like to see this. This is on the website. You can look at all of this yourselves. It's all public. Resolution 15-03, tender, RCMP water, sewer, curb, and sidewalk. Whereas the City of Flin Flon did call for tenders for the RCMP water, sewer servicing, and curb, sidewalk restoration. Therefore, be it resolved that Wintec Building Services be awarded for the RCMP water, sewer servicing, and curb, and sidewalk restoration, and that the Mayor and Chief Administrative Officer be authorized to sign the necessary documents be approved.
Thanks. Can I get a second? Councillor Slip, all in favor?
Resolution 15-04, 2025 to 2044, Manitoba Wildfire Service Agreement. Be it resolved that the agreement between the City of Flin Flon and Manitoba Wildfire Service for a CCAN rental be ratified and approved for signature by the proper officers of the City of Flin Flon.
Can I get a second, please? Councillor Richardson, all in favor? Passed.
Resolution 15-05, 2026 Recycling Agreement with Flin Flon and District Environmental Council Incorporated. Be it resolved that the City of Flin Flon enter into an agreement with Flin Flon and District Environmental Council Incorporated for the provision of recycling processing services, and that the Mayor and Chief Administrative Officer be authorized to sign the agreement on behalf of the City of Flin Flon.
Can I get a second? Councillor Litwin, all in favor? Passed.
Resolution
Just a sec.
Yes.
Joy, just can you note that I'm going to recuse myself from the next one? Thanks. Sorry, Councillor Eagle.
Okay. Resolution 15-06, 2026 Animal Control Agreement. Be it resolved that the agreement between the City of Flin Flon and Taya Rogers for animal control services be ratified and approved for signature by the proper officers of the City of Flin Flon.
Can I get a second, please? Councillor Litwin, all in favor? 4-1 recused.
And one more, Resolution 15-07, 2027 Board of Revision. Whereas Section 35 Sub 1 of the Municipal Assessment Act requires that a council shall each year by resolution appoint a Board of Revision consisting of not less than 3 members, some or all of whom may be members of the council. Now, therefore, be it resolved that all of council be appointed as the Board of Revision for the 2026 Board of Revision to be held on October 6th, 2026, and that the Mayor serve as the chairman of said board and the Chief Administrative Officer.
Second, please. Councillor Slip, all in favor? That was a lot, Councillor.
There we go.
Okay, on to Councillor Litwin, 3.7.
2023 Board of Revision Order. This is Resolution 15-08. Be it resolved that the City of Flin Flon confirm the 2023 assessed value of roll number 250020 period 000 in the name of Loblaw Properties West Inc, Extra Foods, being the land at $854,600, the building at $1,545,600 for a total of $2,400,200.
Can I get a second? Councillor Eagle, all passed. Councillor Litwin again.
This is the pub rate adequacy report. It's resolution 1509. Whereas Public Utilities Board Order Number 126-24, as modified by letter dated February 10th, 2026, required a review of rate adequacy and application for revised rates, if required, for the City of Flin Flon utility by March 31st of 2026, 2027, and 2028. And whereas the City of Flin Flon has received a report indicating the currently approved rate increases appear adequate thus far based on the 2026 utility budget and revised forecast financial results for 2027 to 2028. Therefore, be it resolved that the City of Flin Flon shall submit a report on the adequacy of utility rates for the 2027 to the Public Utilities Board by March 31st, 2027.
Second. Councillor Richardson, all in favor? Passed. Councillor Litwin.
I have BL 2025-04 Development Plan Amendment. This is a final reading. Resolution 15-10. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2025-04, being a bylaw of the City of Flin Flon to amend Flin Flon Development Plan Bylaw 37-83, which is Parcel A Plan 74812, PLTO NDIV, in southeast 1/4 of 316629 WPM from limited development to industrial development be done and finally.
Can I get a second? Councillor Richardson, all in favor? Passed. Last one, Councillor Litwin.
Sure, oops. This is BL 2025-05, zoning plan amendment final reading. This is resolution 15-11. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2025-05, being a bylaw of the City of Flin Flon to amend the City of Flin Flon zoning bylaw number 27-84, be done and finally passed.
Second, Councillor Eagle, all in favor? And passed. 312, Councillor Richardson, please.
Bylaw 2026-06, mill rate, first reading, 15-12. Be it resolved that the bylaw number 2026-06, being the bylaw governing estimates to set the mill rate for 2026 for general purposes, school purposes, and uncontrollable purposes, be read a first time and passed on first reading.
Can I get a second? Councillor Slip, all in favor? And passed.
Then I have another one.
Yes.
Bylaw 2026-07, business tax assessment, first reading, 15-13. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2026-07, being a bylaw of the City of Flin Flon to provide for the making of a business assessment and the levying of a business tax in conformity with the Municipal Act, Section 306, be read a first time and passed on first reading.
Can we get a second? Councillor Slip, all in favor? And passed.
And I have one. Bylaw 2026-08, fee in lieu of business tax, first reading, 15-14. Be resolved that bylaw number 2026-08, being a bylaw to provide for the levying and collection of a fee in lieu of business tax for the year of 2026, as required by Section 6 of bylaw number 2026-07, be read a first time and passed on first reading.
Second, Councillor Litwin.
And I'll abstain. I'll be marked as abstention.
All passed with 4. Councillor Slip, please, 314.
314 BL 2026-09, Equipment Reserve Fund, first reading, 15-15. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2026-09, being a bylaw of the City of Flin Flon to provide for raising monies by a special tax to augment the Equipment Replacement Reserve Fund created by bylaw number 2376, be read a first time and passed on first reading.
Second, Councillor Richardson, all, and passed. Councillor Slip?
BL 2026-10, General Reserve Fund, first reading, 15-16. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2026-10, being a bylaw of the City of Flin Flon to provide for raising monies by a special tax to augment the General Reserve Fund created by bylaw number 27/88, be read a first time and pass on first reading.
Can I get a second? Councillor Litwin, all in favor? And passed.
One more. Animal Control Report 15-17. Be it resolved that the Animal Control Report for the dates of February 16th, 2026 to March 15th, 2026 be received and filed.
Can I get a second? Councillor Eagle, all in favor? All passed. 317, Councillor Litwin, please.
2026 SUMA Convention, this is resolution 15-18. Be it resolved that the City of Flin Flon approve Councillor Dallas and Councillor Slip to attend the Saskatchewan Urban Municipalities Association, or SUMA, Convention in Regina, Saskatchewan, and that they be authorized to submit travel expenses as per the City of Flin Flon policy.
Can I get a second? Councillor Richardson, all in favor? And passed. Councillor Richardson, 318.
2026 AMM Spring Convention, 15-19. Be it resolved that the City of Flin Flon approve CAO Capic, Mayor Fontaine, Councillor Dallas, Funk, Councillor Richardson to attend the Association of Manitoba Municipalities AMM Convention in Brandon, Manitoba, and they be authorized to submit travel expenses as per the City of Flin Flon policy.
Can I get a second? Councillor Eagle, all in favor? And passed. Last one, Councillor Eagle, please.
This is Resolution 15-20, UCN Linkages Conference. Be it resolved that the City of Flin Flon approve Regional Economic Development Officer Taku Mushosho to attend the UCN Linkages Road Mapping the Future Conference in Thompson, Manitoba, and that they be authorized to submit travel expenses as per the City of Flin Flon policy.
Can I get a second? Councillor Slip, all in favor? And passed. Before we adjourn, I will just ask anybody in council if they have anything that they would like to share. Did you want to talk about the honors?
I'll give this a try.
Okay.
I'm sure everybody at this table and everybody at the City of Flin Flon and everybody in the City of Flin Flon would like to pass their condolences on to the Devlin family with the passing of Hugh Crampton Devlin. I said the other night, Bobby Clark, to Flin Floners, Hugh Devlin is probably as much a legend as Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark maybe put Flin Flon on the map, but Hugh Devlin helped keep it here. So rest in peace.
Yes, he will be very missed. Very kind, and I can say during evacuation was extremely helpful. Was the first one up in the morning and the last one to check on everybody, and would come every day just to make sure everybody was okay. And he is greatly missed and greatly loved. There's been a tremendous amount of people coming to the food bank and donating in his name, and it's very touching to see everybody chat about him when they come in, and yeah, a great member of the community. So
you know, 45 or 47, whatever it is, years on the fire department. I talked to a firefighter the other day. They went out on a call and came back, and nobody knew where the lights were because when they left to turn them off, because Crampton turned them off every day.
That's touching. Speaking of fires, our fire chief and 2 of the volunteer firefighters, and I know Crampton would be happy about this, left this week and are in Edmonton right now picking up 2 asset protection trailers that we will use. Well, let's hope we don't have to use them, but that we will have available if needed, and they will be getting training while they're there as well. So we're happy that the province is supporting us with that, and that we will have some more assets to keep us safe and sound, and our outside communities as well. Bobber game, did you want to, because it's Bobber game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's early in the series, tied 1-1. They lost their first game in regulation at the Whitney Forum on Friday night, but came back Saturday. So wish them luck. They've got a brand new bus. In fact, they're putting Crampton's number 6 fire helmet in the front to commemorate that. But yeah, go Bombers go.
Yeah, go Bombers go.
Back here Saturday night. They will be playing Saturday night
There
here.
we go.
Nice. Can I get an adjournment?
Move to adjourn.
Thank you. Second? Yeah, we're good.
You don't need a second.
No, but if
But that's
that's his
all
hand. Unless,
I was
okay, you're
just
second.
waving
You can
at
do it.
You're just waving? Counselor Slip's waving at everybody, people that are watching at home.
Questions from the press?
Tell us, do you, don't feel that you have to, we always just ask because,
I want to understand what this extra foods assessed value means. As of 3 years ago, was it $2,400,200?
Yes. Yes, it was, there was never a resolution for it, so the province has asked us to do a resolution for it.
So it took 3 years?
Mhm.
What's the,
It's the assessment.
oh,
Yeah.
what's the plan for that piece of property?
It's still owned by that Loblaw Inc. They own it, they
Yeah.
pay the taxes on it. They challenged the assessed value in 2023, so it took that long just to say,
I was just gonna
that
say
is what
that.
it's worth.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely, I think during that hearing, we were not the only municipality. I think there was 2 other municipalities that they requested at the same time to have their taxes lowered, but we said no.
Yeah, I just don't really think that's not news to report. I mean,
No,
if there was something
No.
being
No.
constructed there,
no.
then
We
that's
wish.
news.
That'd
We
be
wish,
great news,
yeah.
us
But
too.
this is why we didn't lower their taxes either, right? Like as a
Yep.
council, we felt like, why should we give you a tax break when you're keeping your building empty?
And there has, we can't say what they are because we don't know, but there has been some interest in
Yes.
that building and
Yeah.
they weren't interested,
Yeah.
so they gotta pay the taxes.
Yeah,
It's
pay
too
your
bad, I was
taxes.
thinking a bowling alley, mini golf, a theater,
Yeah.
and you could have lots of things in
You
there.
sound like you're gonna be in business pretty soon. You better head on to Greenstone.
Once I win the lotto.
Yeah.
So, is someone coming for city meet tomorrow?
Yes. Do you have any more questions? Okay, so that's it. Good night, everyone.